In competitive sports, extraordinary individual talent often creates a psychological trap. When an athlete realizes they possess raw kinetic power to single-handedly dictate the pace of a game, that gifted isolation frequently breeds a blinding arrogance. You see this dynamic clearly in the contrast between two teammates. Rahul is an exceptionally gifted specialist batsman who effortlessly scores runs. His best friend, Aman, is a fast bowler whose value comes strictly from grounded, physical labor and relentless practice. Relying on natural ability, he enters an ego phase. He arrives late to practice and ignores the coach's schedule, operating under the assumption that his batting skills are so essential to the team's survival that basic punctuality and team rules do not apply to him. That mindset reveals a total misunderstanding of team dynamics. Relying on an isolated star player forces a roster to mask its systemic vulnerabilities behind one person's individual brilliance. The day before a major match, the coach abruptly drops Rahul from the final roster, opting for a different player chosen by the selection committee. For Rahul, the psychological devastation is immediate. When an athlete builds their entire identity around being the untouchable best player, that identity instantly collapses the second the physical ability to play the game is taken away. This architectural diagram illustrates exactly what happens to a team when that star is removed, a concept known as a talent vacuum. Pull the central support pillar out, and the system destabilizes, forcing thinner pillars to bend under stress. This forces a brutal ultimatum on the players. They either adapt their angles to bear the unexpected weight, or they let the roof cave in. How does a roster physically survive the sudden amputation of its top scorer? And exactly how does the benched player survive a completely shattered ego? Faced with this sudden vacuum, Aman steps in to bear the weight. He refuses to let his friend's rejection dictate the remaining roster's morale. In sociology, there is a concept known as a proxy battle. In a sports context, this occurs when an active player on the field becomes the physical vessel for a benched player's unfulfilled ambitions. Aman reframes the match as a test of loyalty, where the scorecard becomes a secondary metric to the act of representing his friend's lost opportunity on the pitch. Aman tells Rahul directly that he will play for him, and that the impending victory will belong to both of them, regardless of who is actually standing on the pitch. Unbreakable team cohesion rarely comes from chasing extrinsic scoreboard metrics. It activates when players fight for the intrinsic human connections they share in the locker room. Fast forward to the climax of the match. It's the final over. Wickets are falling rapidly, and the team needs exactly 10 runs to win. Here we find a severe tactical irony. Aman, an athlete whose entire physical conditioning and identity revolve around being a fast bowler, is now trapped at the crease, forced to survive and secure the win as a